The phone rang at 2:47 a.m., and when I picked up, no one was there. Just breathing, slow, deliberate breathing. That made every hair on my neck stand up. I'm Alex, and I work the overnight shift. At a gas station off Route 9. It's one of those places that barely exists. 2 pumps, a fluorescent-lit store, and me. Most nights I see maybe 5 customers between midnight and 6. Truckers, insomniacs, people passing through. Who'll never come back. I stock shelves, clean the coffee machine, watch videos on my phone. It's boring work, but it pays rent, and honestly, I used to like the quiet. That night started like any other. I clocked in at midnight, relieved Jerry from the evening shift, and settled in behind the counter. The first few hours were dead silent, not a single car on the road. Then, around 1:30, the door chimed. A man walked in. Tall, wearing a dark jacket with the hood pulled up. Despite it being July, he didn't look at me, didn't acknowledge me at all. He walked straight to the back cooler, stood there for maybe 30 seconds without opening it, then turned and left. Never bought anything, never said a word. Strange, sure, but you get weird people on night shift. I shrugged it off and went back to my phone. 20 minutes later, the door chimed again. Same man, same dark jacket, same hood. He walked the exact same path to the cooler, stood in the exact same spot, then left. This time I watched him through the window. He got into a dark sedan, parked just outside the camera's range. No plates that I could see. He sat there in the driver's seat, completely still, staring at the store. My stomach tightened. I checked the security monitor. The timestamp on the footage confirmed it. He'd been inside twice, doing nothing. I grabbed the logbook, wrote down the time, described him as best I could. My manager always said to document anything unusual. This qualified. The car stayed there for another 10 minutes, before pulling away, headlights off. I tried to shake it off, told myself he was drunk or high or just messing around, but my hands were shaking when I poured myself coffee. The fluorescent lights suddenly felt too bright, the windows too exposed. I locked the door, something we're not supposed to do, but screw policy. At 2:30 the phone rang. I answered on the second ring. Silence. Then that breathing, not heavy, not obscene, just present, like someone wanted me to know. They were there. I hung up, pulse hammering in my ears. 2 minutes later it rang again. Same thing. This time I didn't hang up. I listened, waiting for something. A word, background noise, anything. For 15 seconds we breathed at each other, through the line. Then they hung up. I immediately called my manager, voicemail. I tried Jerry, the guy who worked evenings, voicemail. It was the middle of the night. Of course no one answered. I was alone. That's when I saw the car again. Same dark sedan creeping into the lot, with its headlights off. It parked in the exact same spot. The driver's door opened and the hooded man stepped out. But this time he didn't come inside. He just stood there beside his car, facing the store, facing me. I ducked below the counter, heart slamming against my ribs, grabbed my phone with trembling hands, and dialed 911. The dispatcher was calm, professional. She took my information, said a unit was 12 minutes out. 12 minutes. I stayed low, watching the security monitor. He was walking toward the door. I could hear his footsteps on the pavement, slow and measured. He tried the handle. It rattled against the lock. Once, twice, then nothing. On the monitor, I watched him move to the window, press his hooded face against the glass, hands cupped around his eyes, to see inside. "I know you're in there," he said. His voice was muffled, but clear enough. "I can see your car around back." I held my breath, didn't move. My phone was clutched so tight. My knuckles were white. He stood there for what felt like hours, but was probably 3 minutes. Then he walked back to his car, got in, and just waited, engine off, no movement. When the police finally arrived, 17 minutes, not 12, they lit up the lot with their flashers. The sedan's engine roared to life, and it peeled out onto the highway, before the officers could even get out of their cruiser. They pursued, but according to the officer who came back to take my statement, they lost him within a mile. No plates, no registration on a dark sedan in the area, matching the description. The officer asked if I wanted to press charges for trespassing, but charges against who? A ghost. They filed a report, told me to call. If he came back, then they left and I was alone again, 3 hours still left on my shift. I didn't sleep when I got home that morning. I kept hearing his voice. "I know you're in there," the thing that haunts me most. When I reviewed the security footage the next day with my manager, we found something I'd missed. in the moment. In the background of the second visit, visible on the monitor, was a timestamp from our back hallway camera. Someone had been standing in our storage room during his first visit, just standing there, in the dark. The hallway door had been locked. I'd checked it myself. At the start of my shift, I quit 2 days later. The station hired someone new. I heard she quit after 1 week. Wouldn't say why. Some nights I still wake up thinking I hear breathing on a phantom phone line. So tell me, what would you have done? Would you have unlocked that door? Called out to him? And if you've ever worked a night shift, what's the scariest thing you've experienced? Drop your stories in the comments, because I guarantee someone out there has seen something worse. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to know what that is.